Welcome back, AfterBuzzers, to the Lethal Weapon After Show. We are finally back. Tango and Cash ready to do this for episode 6 of season 1 called, if I have it up in front of me because I'm totally blanking out, Ties That Bind. I'll see you guys after the opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What? Welcome back, everybody! It feels so good to be back.
It feels great to be back. And after the upset yesterday, woo! This is what I needed to get me right back on my game. Tango and Cash, all up in the frame. What is up, Lethal Weapon fans? Are you ready?
I'm ready, because, oh my god, this episode was perfect after the stupid crap that happened last night. But hey, everybody, welcome back to the Lethal Weapon After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Again, we are talking about episode 6, Ties That Bind. I am Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media, and where all shenanigans will ensue at Torres890. And I got chaos happening over on that side.
Chaos J. Again, I cannot stress enough how glad I am to be back. We missed you guys. We missed the show. I missed you.
Oh my god.
What do you know? Chaos J, you can find me on Twitter. Hit me up. Don't be afraid. I do not bite. And I like and love everybody.
Just a little bit.
All right, so let's do it. Let's go.
Let's do it. Guys, if you are new, welcome. If you are coming back to join us, again, welcome. It's nice to see I can't see your faces, but I assume that, all of you guys are beautiful
We assume they're
people.
all lovely and beautiful.
Heck yeah.
Beautiful
If you don't know how this works because you're new, we have a live chat up. I'm checking that out. We can also bring it up at our screen there so that Kelly can see it as well. Don't forget to check out iTunes because we have a little giveaway coming up that I'm going to talk about at the end of the show.
It's giving season.
Yes, it is.
Lethal Weapon After Show.
Also, hi, Tanya. And definitely tune in. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Give us all those likes, those ratings, subscribes, all that awesome, great stuff. And then we'll talk about it more at the end of the show. So, speaking of the show, we should get into it.
Let's do it.
So, this is the part where literally both me and Kelly literally just went, oh, so we have the show opening with a girl running from this really beautiful Ferrari, by the way, and this beautiful red Ferrari, and
it was like an old school, wasn't it? Wasn't it
like an F-15 something?
Yeah, like I want to say that was low-key Tom Selleck Magnum PI status.
Yeah, I agree. But like, so pretty much she's running like at full speed, and this car is trying to go
as fast as you could run in bare feet and the negligee.
No, for real. And then all of a sudden she stops in front of a tree, and I'm going, this can't end well. And you actually see the car go smack right into her and the tree.
Holy right. Now,
shizness.
First off, was not expecting that, and low key, that to me was more graphic and jarring than if they had just popped her right in the head and her brains would have splattered all over the place. When she was running in the street, I kept thinking, get on the grass, get on the sidewalk, because I'm thinking that this is a reasonable person that's chasing her. But then again, is there such thing as a reasonable person chasing you when you're running? But I'm thinking, like, get on the grass, because he's not going to jump the curb to get at you. So she got to the tree. I'm like, she's safe. And he said, no, and smashed her into the tree, on the hood, through, I'm pretty sure I not only scared myself, but I scared a few people too. Because I'm like, oh!
Yeah, and literally the entire studio was like, what's happening?
Like,
I was like,
what just happened?
I literally like was walking by with like a bag of popcorn and some Sprite, and I was like, oh yeah, some girl just got hit by a car and that went right into a tree, and you saw everything. They were like, oh, and I was like, yeah. Pretty graphic. But yeah, no, we agree. I agree with you, Boo69Bs in the chat. She said, I can't believe they showed a girl actually getting hit by a car. I didn't think they would show that. Neither did we.
But you know what,
it was great though. I mean, not for her, but it was great.
I mean, yeah, obviously, and thank God it's entertainment. We would never want that to happen in real life. Yep. But real talk, that was great. That's what I needed. When they open the show like that, it automatically was like, hey, pay attention. It gets your attention, and then I'm locked in. So I'm not missing anything because you've already got my attention, because you just literally rammed a girl into a tree with a Magnum PI Ferrari.
Yep.
I'm focused. Let's go.
Oh god, that was crazy. So pretty much we jump over to Riggs having a rough morning and dealing with some new neighbors, which they're really terrible singers.
They came to ROCK in the USA.
Oh my god. So pretty much Riggs did it in very Rig fashion. He took the amp and just busted it up and was just like, yeah, welcome to LA, and moved on with his life.
And see, here's the thing. They were just there trying to have a good time.
Chilling on the beach, man.
It was innocent, but at the same time, they were being obnoxious. You need to know when you are visiting in another country the do's and don'ts. So that goes for us as Americans too. Before you travel, read up on the customs. Read up on the do's and the don'ts. Don't be those people on the beach trying to ROCK at 6 in the morning. It's not cool, bro. Don't do it.
That was rough. And then we skip on over to another homestead, which is the Murtaughs, which I'm pretty much just going to try to squeeze all of Murtaugh talk now, family talk now, and then we'll jump into the case because it'll get there. So we start off with them getting a brand new flat screen. It looked dope as hell.
As he said, it wasn't a
TV anymore.
It wasn't just a TV. It was like a something
I don't have no
network.
idea. Yeah, I don't know.
It was a big deal though.
All right, Dad. And pretty much he was so. I love how Mrs. Murtaugh was like, "You're not gonna remember how to do any of this in the morning," and he's like, "Whatever." And that guy pretty much shows him how to use this pretty much like an iPad or a tablet to like turn on the functions of the TV and
the TV, the surround sound.
We get some cute family pictures, and then all of a sudden, I love it. He's like, "We should start our own reality TV series.
Like,
we
we're
look
so
good."
photogenic. Look at that smile.
And then as soon as he says that, as he's looking at the tablet, the guy who's installing the TV is like, "Yeah, real photogenic," and I was like,
bam,
gross. And we get little Miss Murtaugh, little tiny one, Rihanna,
all up in their little skivvies,
just looking. I mean, it was cute. It was a cute little outfit.
I can't even lie, it was cute.
Yeah, it was cute, but I was like, ooh, not in front of parents. And I love how she immediately was like, "Oh God," and she's like, "Roger," and like trying to get rid of it.
And then the brother put her on blast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he just straight up, she texted to a boy.
Siblings, and pretty much she stormed out, and Papa Murtaugh was like, "I want to talk to her," and of course Mom was like, "No, let me wait till she calms down, and I'll talk to her about it," which makes sense as a daughter. I understand where she's coming from. I've never actually done that before. And I've also never had kids, so it's a weird perspective to see, but I also respect that she wasn't like, "I'm going to start making her feel like a piece of crap," because she shouldn't be sharing her body, but also you need to be smart about showing your goodies. But anyway, pretty much the son memorized the number. Papa Murtaugh sent it to Bailey to get that checked out, and we find out about a man named Chancey Percy.
Sea Dog,
who does surfing lessons on the beach. And so of course she's going through the things of what he does. He's also has a record. He has he's a 3-time felon for pickpocketing.
Isn't like petty larceny or something like that?
For pickpocketing.
Yeah.
And of course I love how it's just pickpocketing. I mean, it's not like he's killing anybody, but he is stealing. But I love how he's like, he's got a record. And I was like, that's not really that bad.
Yeah,
it could
like
be
in the
worse.
grand scheme of
He could be
things.
like a mobster and killing somebody. You would never know. And so, but the bad thing is, the thing that's just the cherry on top of the sundae, with sprinkles and everything, he put Rihanna's picture as his cover photo.
Right. On Facebook.
I'm sorry. We all know how Facebook works. That's a landscape. You can't be putting vertical videos on, vertical pictures on that. That does not look good. Actually, I don't think Facebook will even let you.
Who does that though?
He does. He's like, look, he likes to show his trophies off, his ladies.
But at the same, right? But like, this is the same person's like, which one? But then
Maybe
you got one just bam plastered. Like, I low-key think that will kill your game.
No, but I think he's probably like, oh man, this girl's like a model or something. Because that picture did look a little model-esque. Like it didn't look like she was sitting in the bathroom taking a picture.
Put a couple funky filters on it, and it could be Calvin Klein.
He was she was trying to make sure that the sunlight was hitting her just right so she could take this photo.
I'm just glad it wasn't in the bathroom.
That's what I was saying. It didn't look like she was in the bathroom.
Right.
She looked like she was on a nice wall.
I'm such a hater on bathroom selfies.
Oh my god! Don't look at Tinder. That's where it gets worse.
Not only that, but the ones where they're looking in the phone. Stop looking in the phone.
That's so weird.
That's weird.
That's not attractive.
Take the picture of yourself and then look somewhere else so we can see your face. I don't see that.
oh, sorry, I thought I heard a can opening, and I thought that was you, and I was like, that's weird. Anyway, I must be hearing things. But anyway, so pretty much we get
Don't forget about
Riggs.
that hot party, though.
Oh, I know. I'm pulling all of Murtaugh's family stuff together now, and we're gonna get through the rest of the case. I'm sorry, that's what I was trying to do.
Focus.
So, he gets to. So he tells Riggs, he's like, you want to come with me? Are you available? And he's like, I might. Why? He's like, I'm gonna go kill this boy that my daughter's dating. I have time for that.
Yeah.
And they go meet him at the beach with his little setup there, and pretty much we get what you just said earlier, where he's like, I'm Rihanna's father. Which Rihanna? I have a few. And I was like, oh God, don't kill him. Don't kill him.
And all I
don't kill him, Papa Murtaugh.
He has got to be zooted out of his mind to be that bold to talk to the dad like that, and then tell the dad how good of a job he did because his daughter was so fine. Like,
I forgot about that.
Are you serious right now?
Like, I mean, maybe it's because he's an adult legally, and he's just like, you can't hurt me. I'm not a kid anymore. I have my own business.
I'm a grown boy.
And you're like, get out of here with your shit. Anyway, so pretty much he pretty much had no respect for Papa Murtaugh.
None.
But Riggs, I'm really proud of him that he kept Murtaugh in check and pretty much tried to calm him down as much as he can.
He was actually the calm one in that situation.
I was so proud.
Murtaugh was about that life, though.
He was. I thought he was going to hurt him.
That's how it is when it comes to you dealing with a man and his little girl. About that life.
That father-daughter bond is no joke.
I promise you, I will throw some hands. Because I have a little girl.
I was like, how would you feel if you were in this situation with your baby girl? There
better be. I'm gonna need somebody to be holding me back.
I got you.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got you.
All right. Cool.
I mean, also I also have to be careful because I am a black belt, so I'll hurt somebody.
Right. Literally.
I'm sorry. You said what?
I just wanted you to scare him. I didn't want you to dislocate his shoulder and break his arm in 5 places.
I'll do worse things. He wouldn't be able to eat. He'd be eating out of a straw.
Dangerous.
Anyway, but the good thing is Riggs decided to use that beautiful brain of his to use him in our next part. So before we continue more with Murtaugh, with the Murtaugh family drama, pretty much our victim is oh gosh, I forgot her name. Crap. But pretty much she was a 19-year-old who, as we saw how she died, she got hit by a car, but she had some weird funky stuff at the bottom of her feet that Scorsese had to go get it checked. I'm so proud of Scorsese in this episode. I tweeted, Jonathan
our boy is doing his thing.
So great. So pretty much they try to find out who had the Ferrari. We find out it's Dylan Ashworth's car, which we had a very funny scene with the test drive through LA, which is dangerous. Do not do that at home. That is not something that you do when you're on a test drive. Uh-oh.
I kept thinking to myself, like, why is this salesman scared? Now, I get it to a certain extent, but even before he was doing anything crazy like driving through red lights, he was already grabbing on the oh shit bar. He was grabbing on the oh shit bar, trying to get his seatbelt going,
on.
And he's freaking out. But I'm like, but bro, like, you're an exotic sports car salesman, so like, why are you?
Maybe.
I mean, like that. I would encourage my customers to drive fast. Now, granted, I'm not going to tell them to run through red lights in a busy LA intersection.
At this point in time, he was driving on the other side of the road.
Okay, so
he was going into oncoming traffic. That's the only time.
I guess, but I mean, we saw the hustle here, so I'll be like, okay, this dude is trying to get me shook. He wants me to spill some beans.
You're definitely braver than this gentleman here. Clearly from his tan.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't have clenched my butt up, but I'm just saying that, I'd have just probably played it a little bit cooler. I still would have gave up the goods, and I would have told him what he wanted to know.
I agree.
But I'm just saying.
Oof. But so we pretty much, that's how we found out about Dylan. We found out he's having a swanky party at his friend Julia's house.
As I listed on my notes, swank ass party.
No, that's exactly what it was.
That party was nice.
Yeah, I was like, clearly we're in Beverly Hills. This is a really nice.
By the season finale, I'm gonna need y'all to have us on one of these episodes.
Can we be an extra?
I'm just saying, for these swanky parties, like, please.
I would love that. Lethal Weapon writers.
I'm just saying, Matt.
Anyway, so we meet up with Dylan, but we also get to see a semi-familiar face, not to us, but to Riggs. There is a beautiful redhead who I was like, I can't do it because I was drooling a little bit. Sorry, she was beautiful. Her name was Rachel. I want to call her Red because she's got beautiful red hair. He knows that's my kryptonite.
Hey,
Kelly knows.
Hey, man.
And she was looking mighty fine.
Mighty fine.
Right? But we found out that was the maid of honor and the roommate of Riggs' ex-wife. Or now ex-wife.
Or late wife.
Yes, there you go. Sorry. But pretty much, we also get to meet Dylan, who pretty much was just a terrible human being.
He was low-key like a douchebag. But not only that, but then how do you, like, he knew, this is when you know that your family is papered up and that you almost to a certain extent are untouchable. When you feel confident enough to
do a line.
Right. You're going to go ahead and do a quick bump in front of the cop before you guys go to talk in private. Like, for real? Like, that's what's hot on the streets? We just doing lines of coke in front of cops now?
Apparently, you are not doing anything with your life if you're not doing a line in front of cops. Jesus.
Like, you have not made it in life if you can't just do a line in front of cops. What'd you say, officer? Yeah, okay, all right, cool. Let's go talk, bro.
Oh, my God, it's so scary. So pretty much they arrest him for possession of narcotics, but we also get to lose our redhead at the same time. But the thing is, what really made my skin crawl with this man was the fact that when he told him that this girl got hit by his car, he was like, "Is the car okay?" I never wanted to reach into my television screen so hard until that moment. And then he was even worse when we got into the interrogation room, where pretty much he was pretty much just saying that I have nothing to do with it. My car was stolen. I wasn't there. And Daddy comes to bail him out, pretty much, and says, like, he doesn't talk to anybody, we're out of here, and just leaves. And pretty much I wrote in my notes, this smug son of a bee is getting on my nerves, but what makes it worse is Daddy bailed him out. So
right, he's an enabler.
So we also get to see Riggs talk to Rachel, which I love how she tried to pretend like she was not there.
Right?
Oh my God, what are you talking about?
You legit saw him, got shook. Her face went completely white, which is hard. Her face was already white.
Beautifully pale, girl.
Beautifully pale because
girl.
She was a redhead, which is nothing wrong with that. Freckles all day. And then you see her hightail it out of there, hop in
like an Uber,
and then just jump out, and just peace out, all because she saw Riggs. But then I don't know what you're talking about. No,
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't party
crazy.
like that. I was just at a workout.
That's not my scene. Not even
close.
I don't know.
Do you want to go get some coffee?
Seriously.
Anyway, so pretty much he's like, please cut the crap. I saw you and we need to talk. So pretty much she just said that she was a friend of Julian and that that's what he does, is he does parties, and found out that he does hang out at this hotel. Find out that this other smug son of a bee is pretty much kind of whoring people out. Kind of it's like a weird.
It's like Gator.
Yeah.
Gator's women better be wearing jimmies.
Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't heard that line in forever. If you don't know what we're talking about, just look it up. Google it. But oh my God, it was
just helps them out with their dates.
God, and so he pretty much he's at this hotel, which I agreed with Murtaugh, where I literally wanted to take a shower after his weird speech with that guy or customer, and he gets up to leave as he's greeting another customer who's also a fine young lady. God, I love this show
just
so
nothing
much.
But just full of mighty fineness.
Stop it, guys. Stop it. I need to be able to concentrate. I have to take notes. And so Murtaugh follows the lady, and Riggs goes to not interview, but interrogate Julian, and pretty much just kicks his rear view and his side mirror off and tries to pretty much intimidate him. And Murtaugh had the best part. Go for it.
Because as Murtaugh is walking down the hallway, you hear,
I didn't think Fox was gonna do that.
I'm like, whoa, like what is he about to walk into? I'm not gonna lie, I got a little excited. I'm like, hey, it is about to get turned. And then he opens the door and she's posted up and getting whipped.
I'm sorry, iTunes listeners.
Flogged.
Yes,
she's
that is correct.
Flogged.
Yes, because flogged.
And she paid for it.
Yeah, that is.
And she was upset. She said, and then as he walks in, the guy flogging her drops the whip, and she's like, I paid damn good money for this, and somebody better pick up this whip and whip me. Mm-hmm. First off, while it was a sexy scene, I'm not paying nobody to whip me.
Okay,
That just take me back to my childhood. I would have never paid my mom to whip me.
Hold up, wait a minute. Okay, one, she ain't black. She doesn't understand how that feels. Two, she is a lady who knows what she likes. I had a roommate who was just like her, so there were times where I'd walk in and she was in the middle of a session, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
Each their own.
I was like, I'm gonna leave, but hey, have a good time. Call me when you're done. But hey, man,
I don't want to get beat up. And I don't want to get whooped. I'm good.
No judgment. Hey, man.
Oh, I'm not judging.
Hey, man.
I'm just saying that I will never spend any of my hard-earned money.
She probably spent a good amount, like thousands of dollars.
To be like, yeah, here's $1,000 to whip my butt.
Hey, man, look, it was a great butt. It was a great butt, at least from where I was angled at. So pretty much there was nothing to pin him on, and they sent him on his merry way. At this point in time, we find, oh no, this is where we kind of bring it all back together. They used Chauncey Percy, aka Sea Dog, to go to this other party that they were at and pickpocket the little black book, which pretty much
wasn't that Rick's plan actually?
It was Rick's plan. Mm-hmm.
I'm low key on board with all of Rick's plans, no matter how crazy they are. And this one even wasn't really that crazy. It was actually pretty tame.
No, it was just real simple. Get the book and get out.
Boom, let's do it.
Sadly enough, the book had too mumuch code in it, so we didn't actually know like what it was. It pretty much what we found out from Rachel, because at this point Riggs ends up going to Rachel's apartment and he kind of already had a hunch as to why she's always hanging out with him, because of the fact that he's one of his call girls, and her code name is Madison because she's from Wisconsin, and pretty much they need to find out if Nina was in the book and see who she was with and all this crazy stuff. Meanwhile, Scorsese is enjoying writing a very saucy novel. You have the lines, right, of what he was typing? What was he typing?
Yeah, it was. He was typing, "It's a dirty city, baby, but somebody's got to clean it up."
I love it. I really do.
And then Bailey walks in and she's like,
cops don't talk like that. That was my favorite scene. It was just beautiful.
It was. I had to tweet it. Shout out to our man Jonathan Fernandez, a.k.a. Jathan Prime.
I told him, I was like, you were smooth as glass, sir.
I promise you.
So I think it's going to be interesting, before we get like a little bit more into the story, that we have Scorsese and Cruz might be going for Bailey.
Right? I wrote that like a Scorsese low-key trying to...
No, because we had that next scene where he finds out what the Torres, which actually we're about to get into, is the fact that, one, we found out that Red is a call girl, and she said that Julian couldn't have done it because he was with her all night. So we were at a dead end again. But I was supposed to say Jonathan. Scorsese found out that the stuff, the tar or whatever that substance was on the bottom of her feet, was tree sap from, I actually knew what this tree was before he said it, a Red Dawn Japanese maple tree. And that's what it was. It's very rare. I believe it only grows in Japan, but I could be wrong. But obviously we have some here or at least in our story, we have some here in LA. And that was clearly, she had it stuck on her feet because she was running for her life.
Man, she was booking it.
And how convenient that there is, well, pretty much, I love how the captain was kind of involved in this next part. We're pretty much, as soon as Riggs left, we had Julian just magically show up and be like, sorry, I didn't call, darling, but you're coming with me to another party. And we find out, God, I was trying to say Jonathan again. Scorsese finds out that from the other past cases that we have, which we had 4 victims total, who also had the same exact stuff on the bottom of their feet. It was all in front of Mr. Ashworth's lawn, because they were using the code name for Montana, which led to the 49ers, which led to the fact that the Ashworth family struck gold pretty much in like the late 1800s, and 1800s, yeah, and that was the first gold diggers were the 49ers, and there was pretty much like a long line. I love how the captain was able to piece that together.
Right.
And the fact that the Red Dawn trees were in the front yard, done. They knew immediately that it had to be the dad. Just done. And at the same time, our little redhead was showing up to a very exclusive party.
Yeah, like Eyes Wide Shut status.
It was scary. And so,
for those of you that don't know, that's like a masquerade party where people wear. Isn't it masquerade?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like a masquerade party where people wear these, low key, a little spooky type masks.
The guys
not
always
spooky,
wear,
but just kind of like.
It's a little awkward.
It's a little awkward, and it's
a little, like, not demented. What's the word? They were kind of. It's moved in a weird way. like, I don't know how to say it, disfigured, I guess, the masks sometimes.
Something like, they're very asymmetrical.
Yeah, they're kind of creepy.
I don't know, they're a little creepy though, but then it's like a swingers party.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, so pretty much...
A lot of kinkiness.
So pretty much there's different types of swinger parties. Sometimes they're a little bit more casual, where people like show up in like their regular clothes, and then they show up, and then sometimes it's usually just between couples. Sometimes it's just between like two married couples. And then you have themes. So like furries, kink, BDSM, I don't know if I said that correctly, and like things like that. So there's like different stuff. A lot of this stuff you can, that's what the internet's
high
for.
end.
Yeah, high-end stuff that usually means that there's a lot of very important people. We found out one of the judges was there, and I was like, woo, buddy, that was rough. And just that's what it is. Pretty much very potential rich men show up to these parties where women are pretty much dressed in barely anything, wearing very pretty masks. So they pull Rachel into a room. I like the fact that she knew, like, she's like, something's not right. I don't like how this is going down. I want to leave.
Women's intuition, you can't beat it.
And her bracelet falls off in the struggle because he pretty much kidnapped her and put her in a room. He turns on the camera. This is Mr. Ashworth at this point in time. And he's pretty much like, you ain't leaving until I get some loving.
Pretty much. Like, I'm going to get those cookies.
Yep, it was sexual assault. Can't really say much about it. That was what was happening. But I was really proud of our lady because she fought her little
She did. She was like, you are not getting these cookies.
No way. And so I like that she grabbed like a vase or something heavy and just
bam,
smashed him in the head. So at this point, she's like running out of the building, and we have Riggs and Murtaugh just showing up to.
And hold on,
go for it.
Let's give her a shout out. Good job on taking off your heels. She didn't even bother trying to run in them. Because it's virtually impossible.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, I've been there where, like, I've tried to run in my boots just to see if I could do it. No, I can't do it.
Yeah, you're just...
Yeah, it hurts. I mean, like, obviously when adrenaline's kicking in, you're probably not thinking about it, and that's why I don't understand Jurassic World, where the woman was running from dinosaurs in heels the entire movie.
Yeah, no.
And she didn't take them off. And even at the very end, she got in a helicopter and left with her heels still on. Intact, too, running through jungles and stuff. Like, sorry, it makes me upset. But, hey, man, if you can do
durable heels.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, more power to you, because I can't, but I'm really proud that you brought that up, that she was like, nope. Not happening today.
Yeah, I'm out.
Not happening today. But, besides her being on point, I want to talk about another female who was also on point that we didn't get to talk about, was Mrs. Murtaugh showed up. And she was like, you shouldn't be messing with this boy, like this and this and this. And I love how Murtaugh was like, but he said that he had what I said. I'm Rihanna's father. He said which one? There's a few.
Because he had more.
But I love it because you saw her eyes kind of twitch, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. She was like, oh, I'm about to hurt this boy. And this is the one thing I am sad that we didn't get to. We didn't get to see the end result of that.
No, we did not. Hopefully we get to see maybe that'll come back up.
Yeah, maybe we didn't have enough time. They had to cut it out. It's probably sitting on the cutting room floor, but I'm upset because I really
because she was like, oh. And what else he say? and
yeah, but I love how she was like, how she's like really well composed, but she was just like, ugh.
But then like he said,
she was tapping the nails on the thing. She was banging.
He did what? He posted them on where?
It was great to see her kind of get out of that composure and become hell to the nah. And I was like, oh my god,
don't you go breaking no laws. I wouldn't have to commit no crimes. I wouldn't have to arrest you.
I tweeted at her today or tonight that I was like, if looks could kill, this entire episode was on Mama Murtaugh's looks.
Right.
Because she gave that same look to her son, who was just like, excuse me, why are you getting involved in this conversation right now? Which I've seen that look quite a bit, not from her, but from my own mother. And then obviously the last one where Murtaugh's like, please don't. Oh, you know what? You do whatever crime you want, baby. Just go for it. And so I wanted to mention that before we wrapped. But pretty much he does our killer does the same exact thing. He gets into an SUV, not a fast car, to chase her down the street, and he's trying to run her ass over.
And it's daylight. Now, see, in the beginning, it was night.
So it
was dark.
But also, I don't like that there was no cars on the street.
Right. Like, that's never. I don't think there's ever
we all
a time
live in LA.
when there's not a car on the street.
I've been in Beverly Hills. There's still cars. There's still cars that are driving around.
At every hour.
At every hour. It doesn't matter what time it is.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
So pretty much, I love how she did the typical movie fall where she's like, oh no. I fell in the middle of of the street.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
what was that?
If you see a car coming at you, you better get your ass back up.
Run
Not
to
in the
the
valley.
sidewalk.
Okay, you're right. I understand that. There are times in the day. Our awesome engineer Josh, thank you again for engineering for us. Pretty much was just like, yeah, not in the valley. I'm like, there are parts. I have been in parts where I'm like, does anybody live here? There's no cars. But they were in Beverly Hills.
Some tumbleweed.
They were in Beverly Hills. I'm going to assume that there has to be some cars. It looked like it was in the middle of the frickin' day.
Right.
God dang it. Just saying. Anywho, I love how Riggs shot, because he got into Murtaugh's car, followed him at high speeds as he can get it, and shot the back tire, and it flipped over her.
Yes.
I was like, no.
Yes.
Nope. Honey bunches of freaking nope.
Because
that is not how that works.
Right? But I love
Honey bunches of nope. Guys,
Honey bunches of nope.
I'm upset. That would never happen. Only for TV.
Yeah, no, that was an only for TV moment, but it was still a dope moment, though.
I mean, I enjoyed
was still
it.
a dope
I was
moment.
like, there has to be an explosion. There has to be one.
Because this
Every episode
it was
has
a
to have
little
one.
bit toned down, but it still made sense.
No, I was okay with it.
And they threw in, just enough action that, to keep you on your toes.
Hey man, I mean, it was cool, but I was just like, I feel like I'm watching Transformers. Like I saw the slow motion of the car, and she's like, oh my god, and I was like, this is ridiculous. But I'm okay with it.
And again, it always kills me when you see people. And granted, I know that there's sometimes when there's things that are flying that you're thinking like, if I stay still, it will miss me. But there's other times where I'm right.
I was like, you gotta try to move.
As soon as I was sitting there, I was like, oh snap! And I would have did something. I would have did the slow mo leap with the rollover, something.
That scene was awesome, and the best part was when Riggs got her and the car blew up and he just was looking straight ahead.
Oh yeah.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
No, they don't. They just walk away. And that was awesome. And it just once, I need that in my life.
No, I heard it.
Yeah.
Like the other guys, it'll blow up and it's like, my ears.
Oh God, how do they do that?
That's not safe. That's not safe. It's just, I love that movie so much.
I need to watch that tonight.
You should.
But
It's
seriously,
so
like that explosion walk off was still badass.
I loved it.
We know in real life it doesn't really happen like that, but I don't care.
All good.
It's Lethal Weapon. It's TV, and it was great.
So let's wrap up this beautiful episode with a giant bow. We get Murtaugh talking. Well, pretty much Riggs gets to talk to Rachel. She's moving back to Wisconsin. She's done with LA. I know a lot of people who are doing that because they're like, LA is just overrated. I feel ya. We get a lovely talk with Murtaugh and his daughter Rihanna of how I know that that your generation gets to learn about a lot of things, and that you're trying to learn about everything, that kind of stuff. But you need to learn that as a parent, that was really scary for me. And I love it. She was like, "I love you." Like she understood.
Right. Like
why
at first she wanted to be mad, and then she
couldn't do it.
She thought about it like, "Oh, okay," and then she could see like he was emotional.
Yeah.
Like he was teary-eyed.
This is his baby girl, guys.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. But then we get Murtaugh towing away those noisy neighbors who called them. What did they call them?
Called them a lamsak,
which
was numbnuts.
Which I love how I don't even know what language it was. I don't think they said it. I don't know. If you guys know it, you guys
the way
can
I took it when he said lamsak was just like he was just saying like
just some sort of
like
term.
a lamb's sack. Like a lamb's ball sack.
That makes sense.
That's how I took it. Was a lamb's ball sack.
No,
so
that makes sense.
It's just the way with his accent, lamb sack.
All right, we have 6 minutes left, so
let's talk about it.
So, your final thoughts about the episode before we get into
the goodies.
Yes.
The episode was great. I like that they give you a little bit of balance, and it's not always shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Shoot 'em up, bang bang.
But it was still good. I like they always mix it up with the humor. I love the scene, the scenes with Scorsese and Bailey.
Oh my God,
I'm definitely curious to see what's going to happen with that, because clearly Scorsese's low-key feeling Bailey, and I ain't mad at you, bruh. I'm not mad at you. But I don't know, because I low-key think Cruz that's Cruz's future boo, so... definitely excited to see where that goes.
I think we're going to get a storyline.
It was a good episode, like I said. They gave us a good balance.
Yeah.
It's a different storyline. It was just overall just good.
Yep.
And I missed this show.
Oh, so
like
good.
if there's one show I missed, I missed this show legitimately. I don't know. It was good, and I like it. I feel like they're in sync now.
Mm-hmm.
Their bond is solid. It just doesn't get any better. The yin and the yang, and it just works. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's just everything. It's a great show. Like I feel like I say that every episode.
But it's true, though.
But it is a great show. And if you're not watching, but you're watching us, first off, thank you. But then you need to step your game up and watch this show, because it is the business.
It's pretty freaking awesome, and we actually think that you guys are pretty awesome. So,
hello, we do.
We want to do a little thing for you guys to say thank you for watching our show and obviously keeping the lights on here. To do that, you got to do an iTunes review. We actually have 3 of them. Before the concert, so these ones will not be part of the contest. So we're having a little giveaway contest where if you do an iTunes review, if you go onto iTunes, you search Lethal Weapon After Show, the first one is ours, it'll come up, and all you have to do is leave a 5-star rating and a review. What you need to put in there is obviously put in, a review of our after show and your favorite part of the show so far. So this is including pretty much all 6 episodes, maybe even 7. But next week we will be reviewing those and picking one winner, and you're gonna get a TV guide that has been signed by Matthew Miller, the creator of the show. Yay!
Because that's what we do for you.
So don't forget also when you put the review up, put your Twitter account or something like that so that we can get in contact with you and we can find out your information so we can send you this bad boy over there. Again, go to iTunes, do a 5-star rating, give us a review saying what you think of our show, what your favorite part of the actual show is, and then put your Twitter handle or Facebook or something like that so that we can get a hold of you. But before we go, because I know we're wrapping up, I have 3 reviews that are all 5 stars.
Oh, say word.
What?
That's what's up.
So this is what happens. You get a shout out if you do it. So we have Tanya. Love you, Tanya. She did it on October 24th. She said, Alexis and Kelli are killing it. 5 stars. I am so grateful to both Alexis and Kelli for doing the podcast for Lethal Weapon. They are doing a fantastic job. Tango and Cash. That was pretty much it. That was awesome. And that's actually a good example. Awesome. She put her Twitter in there, and you can talk to her at any time, and it's Lethal Weapon HQ. Perfect. That was exactly what you need to write. The other 2 were from a little bit earlier. We had Love It, 5 stars by Brooklyn Sean. This is the best action-packed new show of the fall season. We totally agree. And the last but not least is from Chupacabras, nice, X, a podcast worthy of the greatest action TV show of the 80s. 5 stars.
That's dope.
A great podcast worthy of Lethal Weapon. Especially love the call-outs to the original movies, which we do all the time. We didn't do it this time because there wasn't really much to it, but it doesn't matter because obviously we love Lethal Weapon.
Exactly.
But again, go to iTunes, 5-star rating, give us a review, talk about the show, and you'll get one of these bad boys. And we'll do more giveaways as time goes on because I have a few stuff that I would like to give away as well, but this is just the first. So definitely make sure to be following us. Kelli, where can they find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at KaosJ, KAOSJ, and you can find me on Instagram at Chaos_Oceans31. Oceans why? Because your boy's so wavy.
Yes, he is. And you can find me all over social media as Torres890. We do a couple after shows here. I know you were doing Atlanta, but I think that just finished up.
Atlanta finished, so right now I've got Frequency, which is actually coming on later on tonight.
So definitely check him out.
Check me out.
I have Timeless on Mondays. Nightcap next week. The premiere is happening also on Wednesdays at night.
Easy.
Lethal Weapon here. Supernaturals on Thursdays. I will be there half and half sometimes because it's really late and I have a day job, so sometimes I can't make it to most of the shows, but I'm still there. And yeah, definitely catch us anytime, any TV show that's here. You can just check it out here on AfterBuzz TV. Guys,
hit us up, send us messages. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yep, hit us up, send us messages.
We like to talk to you.
It can be about the show. It doesn't have to be about the show. Just talk to us.
Yeah,
we're human. We love you. We love our fans, and we love talking about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, because you guys are fantastic, and we just love talking about anything: action movies, silly, beautiful ladies, and just explosions. We will see you guys.
Women, and redheads.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Explosions!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.